We are live.
We're live. We've got a few different cameras tonight, so if it doesn't seem like I'm looking at the screen, it doesn't mean that I'm not loving you. I'm loving everyone. I'm just kind of panning the audience of cameras that we have.
We
here.
want to make sure that we encompass the whole universe tonight.
As best we can.
Hi friends, well welcome. I'm very excited to welcome all of you here today and all of you who are watching the recording. My name is Florence Sophia. I am your host today. I'm a certified yoga instructor, a Reiki healer, a holistic health coach, and a blue belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athlete. I am so excited to welcome our guest today, John DePass. You are about to learn about a completely different new world, and make sure you get comfortable, get yourself, any snacks or anything, and without further ado, let me introduce you to John. So John is a professional trainer and coach for 30 years, lifetime athlete, and a Mr. Universe competitor. His background was in kinesiology and psychology. However, he calls himself a student of life. And John has been married for 17 years. He's a father of 3. So busy household, and a seeker of knowledge and an alchemical teacher of truth. So thank you, John, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for this experience.
You're very welcome. So for those of our viewers who don't know about yourself, can you tell us about your story? Where did it begin? And without spending the whole night, just give us the essential bits of how did you get here today in your beautiful house. This is your office, right?
Yeah, this is my private studio. It's in my home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now my lifetime career is what I love, which is exercise, nutrition, and mindset coaching. This is what I do full time. I've been doing it for 30 years. This is inside of my home. I'm in the Burlington Lakeshore. I train people, help people with exercise and nutrition online and offline. So both are options.
Okay. Well, definitely a good time with COVID for online.
Yes, I think that's the trend, isn't it, of the world, is to move towards the online world. So I'm happy to involve myself as much as I can online.
Yeah. So tell us, how did you find that adjustment from going into a regular routine to having to work from home? Did you find your clients having any impact?
I've been at home now for 4 years.
Okay.
So I've been working from home for 4 years. Yeah. So I'm very comfortable with it. I love it. I love it. No, my commute is awesome.
Down the stairs,
yes,
up the stairs?
up down the stairs, up the stairs. And if you get tired,
yeah.
it's so easy to take a break rather than having a cup of coffee.
Yes.
So you don't have to kill yourself. It's so wonderful, a gift to be working from home.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So John, in your earliest day, you were a bodybuilder.
Yes.
Walk us through that journey as a bodybuilder.
Okay.
How did you find your path into being a bodybuilder, and what were your biggest learning?
So, I started bodybuilding actually at 13.
Wow.
At 19, I was already Mr. Junior Ontario.
Yeah.
So there was 6 years in there where I was, already very, very adamant and committed from 13 years old. And the real reason behind why I got this commitment to it was because I was embarrassed at recess as somebody that was the same age as me kind of roughed me up on the playground at recess, threw me down, made fun of me in front of everybody, especially the girls. And I was embarrassed, and I felt like I was not good enough. I was small and weak, and I made a decision at that point that I was going to do something about it. And I started working out. I got my own home gym at home. I got my own dumbbells. I got my own barbell. Made my own bench out of some crates.
Wow.
And I started working out at 13, and I have been doing it now. I'm 48, so it's been 35 years or more of nothing but exercise and nutrition as a focus. And it started, unfortunately, from this broken idea that I wasn't enough.
So just for everybody who is listening to us, the feeling of not being enough is equally present in men and women. I would think more predominantly for women. So first of all, I have to commend you for doing something about it, because a lot of individuals will feel not enough and will not act upon it. They will either become more introvert or just keep that emotion inside. So tell us, how did you rebuild yourself to feel enough?
So the sad part of the story is that I felt like I was not enough up until very recently.
Wow.
So it was really 35 years of feeling like I was not enough. That was the issue.
Wow, okay.
So it's in the healing process that I've been through in the last 5 years that I came to realize that I made a big mistake in my life. And I went, at 13 years old, trying to build up all of this muscle on my body to become enough, to be appealing to women, to feel comfortable in my own skin, to feel safe and secure. And I put on all of this muscle. I gained, 80, 90 pounds to be in the Mr. Universe competition. I was a big, huge man. And here I am now at 48. I'm back down to 145 pounds, 140 pounds sometimes. And that is what I was when I was 14, 15. So I went on this journey in my life where I went trying to be big, to be enough, trying to pay my bills and have a family and build everything. And then here I am back now in the same skin and the same body that I started with. And now I realize that I had it in me all along, that I was enough from the beginning, but I needed to make all of these mistakes in life before I realized that the power to heal and change our life is actually within each one of us. And every single one of us has the power to heal and change their life right here, right now. And you don't need to build up your body with huge muscles. You don't need to learn how to fight, or you don't need to make more money, or you don't need to have a better wife or better children or better anything in order for you to be fully complete, healthy, happy, and well. You have the power within you right here, right now. And in fact, tonight I want to make sure that I show you and let you have the experience yourself, because it's one thing to talk about it. As a coach now for 30 years, I'm constantly speaking about everyone that they have enough and you have the power and you can do it, and people have all heard this before. But I think until you have the experience of actually feeling that power yourself, you are living in doubt and uncertainty and not understanding and confusion. And so I hope that tonight that we can give everyone that is tuned in the experience of actually feeling their power.
Yes, let's go for it.
I want everyone that is here to have
Give us the thumbs up, guys, if you're in with us. Show us some love.
Yes.
Send us some comments and messages. All right, so why don't we have a short meditation? Let's go within for a couple of minutes and have you guide us through that.
Yes, I would love to, if we could start off with an experience so that everyone can feel their own power. And I think it's very important to understand that sometimes during our day, myself included, things happen. that we cannot control.
Right.
This happens to everyone.
Yeah.
In fact, everyone in the world right now is subject to COVID-19, which is something around us that we cannot control. So everyone is familiar with this thing where something happens in our life, in our day, that we cannot control.
Takes us off track.
Takes us off track.
And we're like, I had started with a good day. What happened?
And then it turns into, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We all know how that feels, right?
Yes. So what can you do in the moment when something, radical is happening around you that you cannot control? What can you do right here, right now? I want you to see, the effect of actually practicing something that you could practice on your own in your own life. If something happens in your day tomorrow, what can you do?
Tell us.
Right.
I want to know.
So I tell you, I'm talking about power. I'm talking about universal power. I'm talking about source energy. You could refer to it as God,
Prana.
if you like.
In yoga. Yeah.
You could call it prana.
Yeah.
Yes. You could call it chi.
Yes.
You could call it love. I like to refer to it as loving energy. I say that this is a universe that is built upon the energy of love. And so I like to call it loving energy, life force energy. And this is what we're talking about. Connecting into our life force energy, into our loving energy, into our prana, into our chi, into our spirit energy. Yeah. Connecting to the spirit. And it's important that actually we want to come into this spirit energy, this higher self, actually daily. Okay? So what we focus on grows. So we want to take the time to focus on this energy first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Okay? So every day we want to try to collect ourselves and come into our very best space. So the alarm goes off in the morning, you're jumping up, and all of a sudden you got to do this and you got to do that. You got to get your coffee, you got to get your breakfast, you got to get the kids ready, you got to get your shower, you got to brush your teeth, you got to go to the bathroom. All these things, you got to drive to work, you got to get these things and such and things done. This is what happens in our mind, and this is what happens for most people when we start our day. The alarm goes off and we're already into this. So for most people, what is happening is as soon as the day begins, they're falling into the rat race of doing. What do I need to do right now? And this is a terrible tragedy.
Right. So switch the rat to morning routine. Right?
We need a morning routine.
That's right.
We have to start our day by collecting ourselves and being with ourselves. Okay, so the energy of self, this is like the life force energy, the loving energy of me. I need to come into the loving energy of me first thing in the morning. So when the alarm goes off, rather than what do I need to do and jumping up and going to it, first thing that I need to do is I need to set some time to give love to me. I need to be with me first. I need to give love to me first. Everybody gets up and goes to work because they got to pay their bills.
Right.
Very few people are tending to themselves before they go and pay their bills. So it's like they're putting their bills and their responsibilities in front of themselves. And then this happens for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and then you're looking at yourself and you're saying, why am I not having anything in my life that I want? And why am I not happy with myself? And why is there no love in my life? And why am I upset? And the reason is because you've given yourself solely to your responsibilities. everybody has to, first of all, make themselves a priority.
And that's the best way to understand that is the example when you are in a flight and suddenly the flight is about, in turbulence, something happens, God forbid is about to crash, but the idea is you put the mask first on yourself and then on the person next to you. So you give yourself the breath first, you put yourself first, fill your cup with love in the morning. It's the same kind of idea. Right?
If I get my breath, then I can take care of my child.
Exactly.
I can take care of my loved ones.
Yes.
Right? And this is the same thing. If I want to be happy 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line, then I have to tend to the things that I love first thing in the morning.
Right.
Okay, so the alarm goes off. Rather than thinking about what I need to do, I need to be. So if you are a person that is setting that alarm to get up and go to work as soon as it goes off, you're out of time, you're behind the gun and you got to rush off and do things, then you're going to have to back your alarm time up a little bit and maybe back up your before bedtime a little bit so that you're feeling okay to get up 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, whatever you like. You're going to decide for yourself what you're going to give to you. But you're going to take that first 10, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour to just be with you. And being with you means being with your life force energy. And I think your example of putting the mask on the face is excellent, because what do you put the mask on your face for?
To breathe.
What do I need to do first thing in the morning?
To breathe.
I need to breathe first thing in the morning. And that's as simple as it is. You can make it as simple as that. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. You could just lay in your bed, just laying on your side, laying on your back. You could sit up, you could do it sitting, you can do it laying. It doesn't matter how you do it, but it is 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, 10 minutes at least, where it's nothing else except me being with me. Just me being with me.
And what helps sometimes to be fully present is either put your hands on your belly or connect your hands to your heart center and really visualize the breath. As you breathe in, you are receiving. As you breathe out, you exhale connections, right? So that you stay connected within not just yourself, but all the people around you, because at the end of the day, we are all one.
Right? Very nice. So it can be as simple as that. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to be a master of anything. You can start just like that, just sitting and breathing and watching the breath. So like you said, it's to watch the entire inhale and watch the entire exhale. And it's normal that thoughts are going to come into the head. You're going to start thinking about stuff I got to do, stuff that happened. So I'm going to start thinking about moving into the future, about what I got to do today. Or I'm going to be thinking about, what happened, what my wife said, what my friend said, what my mom said, what my dad said, what happened at work. Something that happened in the past or something that happened in the future. And none of these things are of tangible power. The only tangible real power is in the present. And that's what this exercise is. It's to bring ourselves to the present, to step into the power that we all have access to, which is always only in the present. And the way to be present is to breathe. It's as simple as that. In that an in-breath and an out-breath is a moment. So as I breathe in the oxygen, I'm taking the gift from my world in the present. As I breathe out, I'm giving of my carbon dioxide, giving of me to my world. So an in-breath and an out-breath is a giving and receiving with my world. This is how I build my world.
Yeah.
Is my in-breath and my out-breath. So the first thing I need to do is just be present. Be in my power. Come into my power. Power myself up. First thing in the morning, come into my power. I collect myself with just breath. And you can just watch the thoughts, but not react to the thoughts. It's just sitting with the thoughts. As simple as that. It could be as simple as that. Now, it could be more complicated if you want. You can say, I want to think about something specific. I want to think about what I want today.
Mantra.
I could do a mantra. I could say some words to myself.
Yeah.
I could think about something that is very heartwarming.
Yeah.
I can think about my goals. I can think about my nutrition.
A question.
I can think about a question. I could ask myself a question.
Yeah.
I could ask myself a good question.
Yeah.
I could write down 5 good questions that I want to think about.
Yeah. Or just one. Just one. Starts with one.
Or just one.
Because the job of the brain is to find the answer for you. So if you sit with a question, you may not get the answer right away, but eventually I can guarantee you 100% eventually the brain will find that answer when you stay present.
So when you're looking for something, you're going to find it.
Yeah.
So if the question is wrong, you're going to find the wrong answer.
Right. And that the perfect way to illustrate this is, I've lost my keys. Where are my damn keys? Well, if you ask the wrong question, you will not find the keys. But if you ask the universe, help me find my keys, they will show up. So that's where ask the right question.
Or
is important.
Where did I remember seeing my keys last? Or when was the last time I saw my keys? Rather than, where are my keys? Where are my keys? I can't find my keys. Right?
Yeah.
So it's asking the right question, and it's coming to the right energy first thing in the morning. I have to devote some time to putting myself into my best place. So what is it that puts me into my best place? Well, if I think and talk about what I love, that helps me to be in my best place. If I think and talk about what I'm thankful for, what I'm grateful for, if I think and talk about what I want, if I think and talk about my desires, if I think and talk about something that is a great memory for me, a great experience for me, or if I'm say thinking I want to improve my relationship or improve my career or make more money. So it's not thinking about the problem with the relationship. So let's say I'm bringing it into my relationship with my wife. I've been married for 17 years. I'm not going to pretend like everything has been perfect the whole time. It has not been. That is a lie if anyone is telling you it's always been perfect. No, I don't believe it. Everyone has troubles in their relationship. People have troubles, men and women especially have troubles all the time. But it's to think about my relationship not as it is, not as it was, but as I want it to be. So if I'm trying to fix my relationship or I'm trying to make more money, I'm thinking about the money I want to make or the type of relationship I want to have. So let's say I'm having a fight with my wife. I don't want to think about the fight and what she did wrong and what she needs to know and what she needs to see and what she needs to hear from me. That is not going to fix the problem. That is not going to make my wife love me anymore. It's not going to make my relationship any better. What I want to think about, actually, is I want to think about how I can be loving to my wife today. How can I be loving to my wife today? How can I be more loving to my daughter today? How can I be more loving with my son today? What opportunities could I find today to be loving to my wife, my son, my daughter? What opportunities could I find today to generate more dollars? Or if I can't think of what I need to do, then maybe I can just think about the feeling.
And visualize yourself
Visualize.
Already there. And feeling and seeing the colors, who is there with you.
So getting a vision in my mind of what I want rather than what is. If I keep on thinking about what is, then I'm growing what is. I'm making the problem worse.
You're growing the weeds.
Growing the weeds. This is what we're all doing. All guilty of it, myself included. So I am learning and growing, and that's why I guess I'm being interviewed tonight, because I guess somehow I must be getting something better happening for me. So it is because of thinking about what I want first thing in the morning and coming to the space. So this is what I call an intention. So this is what I call intentional living. Getting up in the morning and intending myself to move towards my best. Right? I want to have a great day today. I want to have a wonderful day today. I want to think about it. I want to speak about it. If I can speak it over into my life and my body can hear it, my cells and everything can be tuned by the vibration of my voice, then I think about it, I speak about it, I speak it over my world. I want to come into my best today. I want to be my best today. I want to have my very best day. I want to be in my very best energy today. So I proclaim it in mind, and if I can, in voice. As long as my wife is not sleeping beside me, I want to get up and say it out loud. I want to
sing it.
Sing it, yell it, scream it, sing it, connect to it.
Yeah.
Think about it, speak about it. And then, like you said, visualize it. So I want to come to the emotional response. It starts as a thought, an intention to grow and come into my best for today. And then the feeling is a response to the intention. The feeling comes as a response to the intention. So I'm not going to feel great until I intend greatness. Does that make sense?
And if you don't feel great when you wake up in the morning, just pretend you feel great.
Intend it.
Exactly. Convince your mind that you are amazing, and visualize yourself getting into that power, pause, power energy, and confuse that ego that is trying to say, no, I'm grumpy today. I have to go to work.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
You can choose to be grumpy if you like,
right,
or you can intend for more. If I intend for more and I strive for more with my thoughts, my words, and my actions, then I will achieve more. But if I don't try, it cannot happen. It has to happen with a belief. So at the basis, you said that there. I am the power. This is at the root. I have to be believing that I am the power. I am the creator. I am creating my life. I have to think it. I have to believe it. I have to say it. So I am the power. I am the creator. I'm coming into that space. I am creating my greatest day. I'm thinking about it. I'm speaking about it. And then I'm using my imagination. My imagination is me feeling it. So if I think about my greatest day and I speak about my greatest day, I'm intending it, and then the next step, imagining it. Imagine your greatest day. Take a moment to imagine your greatest, maybe your greatest vacation.
And dream big about it, right? Don't visualize, just at a small resort, you want to trying to save money.
No restrictions, no limit.
Yeah.
Boundless energy.
Exactly.
Boundless energy.
Yeah.
Connect to your boundless energy first thing in the morning. Come to your best with intention, imagination. Imagine it into your reality. Bring yourself into your best space. Then you get up and do the things you got to do before you go to work. Now you're going to work and all of a sudden the bomb drops. Something happens. Now what to do? Something has happened that is pulling me into a negative space. So I came out of my morning start and I was in the right space and all of a sudden I'm bumping into something and I can feel,
Your boss coming at you.
your boss is coming at you, your employees are coming at you, your kids are coming at you, your husband is coming at you, your wife is coming at you, your parents are coming at you. Who is coming at you? Someone is coming at you, and you are being hit by something that you cannot control. COVID-19 is out and about, and it's coming at you, this negative energy, and how to deal. And you already talked about it. I want to let you have an experience of how you can collect yourself in a moment when something happens. You have some sort of experience that is pulling you out of your space. And you need to get yourself back into your best space for the remainder of your day. So if we could just start off today with having a very short, brief experience of summoning our power. Okay? Let's collect our power. So a big part of it is believing that you have power. And at the start, you may have a lot of doubt in your power. So at the start, sometimes it's better to get yourself around a coach, get yourself around someone that is a little bit more aware of their power, because that may be helpful.
Yep.
If you are in self-doubt, if your worth and your value is low because of things that have happened in your life up to this point, your worth and your value may be low, and if this is the case, you may benefit from reaching out for some help. But if you are ready, that you believe that I am the power in my life, and I want to take control of my life, and I want to seize control of this moment right now, then I can, after my wife or my boss or my child or my friend or my enemy has done whatever to me and I've been pulled out of my space, the next thing I need to do is I need to collect myself. So maybe I shut my door and I go into my room for a second, and before I start dealing with the problem, I need to collect myself. I need to get myself into my power space. Because even if there's a problem around, COVID-19 is around, even if there's a problem, I can receive the problem with my best, or I can receive the problem with my worst. And if I receive the problem with my worst, I'm going to make that problem even worse. If I receive the problem with my best, I'm going to make the problem better than it is. Does that make sense? Right? So when the problem happens, what I can do is I can just shut the door. Okay, I heard what I got to do. I can shut my office door. I can shut my bedroom door. I can just take a minute, shut the bathroom door, just lock myself in there, and I can do a power moment, which is what I want to do right now. I want to power ourselves up. I want to come into our power collectively. So we are intending it. We are speaking about it.
Yeah.
And then next, we are going to take action toward it. Because that's what it takes. It takes thought, intention. It takes choice, decision to do it.
Yeah.
And then I got to actually take action. There's got to be some kind of action, right?
Yeah.
So here's a very simple breath work action that you can take when you fall into a problem in your day. And I want you to have the experience now. We will have the experience together. So together I am a infinite being of love. You are a feminine, infinite being of love. So we have two beings of love, infinite beings of love, collected together. When two or more come together, the power is double, more than double,
Right.
more than double,
Yeah.
infinitely doubled. Okay? So I have power, you have power. If you and I intend together, we can create something that is higher or bigger than both of us. Does that make sense? So we are now intending to create a power space right here, right now. And anybody else that's watching or listening that may want to join in this power space, that may want to come into their power right now, that may want to experience their power right here, right now, you're all welcome to intend along with us. The more people that collectively focus upon this intention, the more power we all have to create some change. So I would like to create a moment right now where we're all intending to bring all of our power together to create a healing space, a loving space, a power space.
And guys, remember that energies don't have space, and for people who are watching this, the recorded version, this is equally beneficial. That energy will still rise with you when you do it after the recording.
It doesn't matter if you're here live, as long as you are receiving our intention, our thoughts and words, and you are intending yourself to it, then collectively the power will be there regardless.
Yeah.
So you can join in and participate in this anytime. So what I want you to do is I want you to just, we're shutting the door to the bathroom and we're just collecting ourselves in our office or our desk or wherever we are in our bedroom, and we're going to bring up our power right here, right now. So we said it, we intended it, we spoke about it, and now we're going to take action on it. So the action we're going to take is very simple. Only thing we're going to do is we're going to breathe. And the breath that I want to see us take right now is I want to take my deepest in-breath and my most complete exhale. Big inhale and most complete exhale. Now before we begin, I also want you to try and see if you can try to do a forced expiration. So I'm breathing in as much as I can, filling my lungs. My belly, my lungs are filled with oxygen. And then when I breathe out, naturally I feel like I want to stop here. But
and guys, John is breathing out of his nose. He's using the Ujjayi breath. It doesn't have to be, okay? For beginners, if this is not something that you're comfortable with yet, just breathe in and out.
No right or wrong way.
Exactly.
No right or wrong way. But what I want to see is I want to see that if we can get full expiration. And naturally we don't do full expiration. And that residual oxygen that's stuck inside, negative emotions can be trapped in there.
So push it just a little bit.
Push it out.
Yeah.
Push it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin with, let's say, 10 of our deepest, most full inhales and exhales. 10 of our deepest inhales and exhales. Let's do that collectively together to help bring ourselves into the moment. The moment is an in-breath and an out-breath. We're all coming together and creating one moment, one power moment, collective moment together, where all of our energies and all of our power is collected in this moment. Let's do that together.
Just one more thing. Make sure that your legs are not crossed and that your feet are fully grounded, and that as you breathe in and out, you also feel the energy from the earth and the cosmic energy intertwined and flowing through your body, right? That's that energy, that loving energy that's within. It's also all around us. We just need to tap in, and we do that through the breath. So ground yourself, feet nice on the floor. If you can feel the mother energy and the cosmic energy, that's great. If you don't, that's okay as well.
And I like to focus on my in-breath. I like to imagine when I'm breathing in, I'm picking up my energy. And when I'm breathing out, I am allowing my energy to move freely through me. I'm breathing up my energy with each breath in. And with each exhale, I'm allowing my energy to move freely through my body. Big inhale. Exhale. Doing your best. Big inhale. Exhale. Everybody working at their own pace, everybody doing it at their own time, everyone collecting their own power, everybody breathing up their energy, everybody allowing their energy to move through as they breathe out. Collectively together, we're creating a healing space, we're creating a loving space, we're creating a power space. Breathing, let's see 5 more nice deep breath. Let's try 2 more of your deepest breaths. Nice deep breaths in. On your last breath, I want you to breathe in and hold. Breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. And hold your breath after you've breathed out. Holding your breath as long as you can. Intending in your mind, I am the power. I am the creator. I can create change in my life. I can change this circumstance. I am going to meet this circumstance with my very best. I am going to heal, change, fix this circumstance. Thinking it in mind, visualizing it, coming to that decision in mind, and letting go of your oxygen whenever you have to. And that's a simple power moment. You could do that breath work for a minute or 2. Hyperoxygenate the body. Hyperoxygenate the body. And breathe out. And then in your mind, I am the power. I am the creator. I am creating change. Things that are empowering thoughts in mind. And then stepping out and addressing your circumstance or your situation with your best. That's just a simple, very simple.
Beautiful. Thank you, John.
Just a very simple power moment, a way to deal with something in the instant. You could do that 2 times, you could do that 3 times, you could do that 5 times if you really feel like you need to summon up your energy. But hopefully you can feel from that that you already may feel a little bit, I feel a little bit more alert, I feel a little bit more warm, I feel a little bit more, ready to go, like ready, energized, ready to take some action.
Clear in the mind.
Ready to deal with the circumstance. And that is really alkalinity inside of my body. We have just alkalized our body by hyperoxygenating the body. So bringing oxygen into the body creates an alkaline physiology. So oxygen changes the physiology of the body. And if I take in lots of oxygen, I can change my internal physiology. Right? So if I get out for a walk first thing in the morning and start breathing, I can change the alkalinity of my body. If I get out and breathe and I think and speak about the things that I want and I power myself up first in the day, I can take action with movement. Movement stimulates breath. I can get moving and breathing first thing in the morning. It doesn't have to be rocket science. I can get up, I can go for a walk. I can start in bed. I can get up and go for a walk, and then I can go begin my day. Set your clock 30 minutes earlier, 20 minutes earlier, an hour earlier. Begin your day by collecting yourself and alkalizing yourself first thing in the morning, just by collecting yourself. And if something comes up during the day, you deal with it by alkalizing yourself, right? With your breath. Very simply, in an instant, with your breath. And going further, there's other things that we can do other than just the breath. to alkalize and change our body throughout our day.
Let me just touch on a few things. So for those of you who don't have a morning routine yet, it may sound overwhelming. And just keep in mind that if you wake up and you used to wake up and be go, and you don't know where you start the day, a good tip is get a board from the store and write down what are the things that you have to do, the 3 things that you should start your day, so that when you wake up, instead of going into your thoughts, look at your board and say, oh, this is what I have to start. So then you pause and you don't let your mind run. You just stay on track for you. What is it that you need first? Because sometimes our thoughts tend to carry us away. And by, either putting a reminder on your phone or writing it down on your bathroom mirror, whatever works for you, and play with it, right? Like maybe one morning this may not work. Maybe you need to change it around until you find what works for you. And also, breathing, you don't need to sit down 20 minutes, half an hour, just sometimes 5 minutes to collect yourself. Start with 5 minutes, start small and then build on it, right? Like the visualization can just be visualize how you want your day to be, or visualize what are the 5 things you're grateful for, and then go on with your day. And then the next day or the next month, give yourself baby steps, and until you get to build to that 10, 15, maybe sometimes 20 minutes meditation. And even if you do it on the subway or some places else, it is still as powerful. So remember, you are in control of when is the right time to do it, and don't beat yourself up if you're like, oh my god, I needed 10 minutes, they told me to do 20 and I just did 5, maybe I don't get the benefits. No, actually you do. Okay, so choose what works for you, start with what works for your schedule, and then eventually, if you can, add on it or just spread it along the day.
Wonderful. And I love what you said about the mind taking you away. If you don't write it down and build it and write down a new habit for yourself, you're going to go back into your old habit. So you need to build a new habit. You're going to have to write it down first, probably. This is what I'm going to do.
66 days. 66 days, guys, to build a habit. Not 21, 66.
And then, like you said, it's thoughts that can pull you away. And then sometimes it may, like you say, feel overwhelming. Well, if you start with 5 minutes or 10 minutes and then you see that you feel better because of that when you're going to work now, then maybe you're going to say, if 5 minutes or 10 minutes made me feel better, maybe now if I do 20 minutes, it's going to be even better. So allow it to grow naturally. It does not have to be a force, like to take on something that's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Let it happen naturally.
So talk to us about workouts, right? I will say, like, from my understanding, and I'd love to have your input into this, a workout, the way I've seen a workout before in my mind is, oh my god, I need to have that 1 hour. I need to get myself ready. I need to put it in my schedule, and very often I wouldn't have an hour because I just have too many things in my day. And now I'm actually, no, I just need 20 minutes, high intensity, and I feel super good to get going with my day. So what's
a workout could be as simple as 12, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It could be short. It doesn't have to be long. A walk in the morning for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even 15 minutes, where I'm walking and thinking and talking about the things that I want, the things that I like, the things that I love, the things that I'm grateful for, the things that I'm thankful for, the things that I'm creating, the things that I want to create. As simple as that. It could be that. If you want the workout to be more, the workout could be an organized 30-minute workout. But I really want to get away from this idea because, I'm a perfect example. At 13, I believed that I needed to rip my body apart in order to have a workout. This is a broken collective idea that's across the world. I'm not sure if this was orchestrated purposely or not, but right now, science is telling us that a workout is like a breakdown of the muscles, a ripping of the muscles, so that the muscles can regenerate themselves stronger and better than they were before. And this is what people's idea of a workout is. And I had this idea for 30 years, so I don't blame anybody for having this idea. It took me 30 years to get out of this idea. If I can help you to get out of this idea today, what a magical gift that is. You do not need to annihilate yourself to be well. I no longer annihilate myself. I stimulate. Yoga is a wonderful stimulation. It's breath and movement. It's strengthening and lengthening. This is what the body needs. It needs strengthening and lengthening. It needs movement, which triggers the natural response of breath. It brings oxygen into the body. It alkalizes the body. It raises the hormones, growth hormone, testosterone. It raises epinephrine, norepinephrine, adrenaline. It raises brain neurotransmitters. It sets you up for success physiologically so that you can perform properly throughout your day. It empowers you. So we got to get by this, I don't have time to exercise. It can be as simple as get up and go for a walk.
John, so I know, very often our mind will or ego will jump in and will say, oh my God, like I'm dying here. And you go into all those crazy thoughts, oh, this is too heavy. So what should an athlete, what kind of questions do they need to ask themselves, or what do they have to think when they do a workout so that they're not kind of, self-sabotaging the workout to get the most out of it?
The best way is to think about your breath. Stop thinking about all of the stuff that's going on inside of your head. Thinking about the breath. Every extension, every flexion of my body is an exhale. Every flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Every extension is an inhale. Every flexion is an exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Be present.
When you do kettlebell, though, they teach you that there's more breath, right? That they add more breath with the movement. Why is that?
I don't know why anyone would teach more breath with the movement. I when I'm doing a kettlebell swing, it's an inhale.
Yeah.
It's an in-breath and an out-breath with each movement.
Yeah.
Every movement should be an in-breath and an out-breath. Every movement should be a flexion and an extension. Every movement should be two. Every movement should have an inhale and an out-breath. And that's where I want to center myself. My workout should be centering me in my breath. In yoga, we are getting into position and we are breathing.
Yeah.
So in yoga, we're coaching that.
Yeah.
But in the gym, we're coaching, rip your body apart.
Visualizing muscles.
Rip your body apart. Destroy your body. I don't know where it comes from, but it is not right. It is not right. I tell you, science, the science of exercise science might be 110 years old. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the 1970s. Before Arnold Schwarzenegger, the bodybuilding, who even knew what it was? The Olympics, the modern day Olympics is like 1903, 1904, like the time when people actually started training for an event. It's not 110 years old. The science of what they're teaching is not over 100 years old. I'm going to say, realistically, what they're teaching in the gym, what everyone is teaching in school for science, of physiology of science, it is 50, 60, 70 years old. Now, the truth is that people were fit and healthy and happy and well before 70 years ago. And they did not have this messed up science. People were healthy and happy before this.
Yeah.
So we have to align ourselves with things that have been here for an eternity. Things that have always been here. Now, if you look at yoga, it's 2,500 years old. And if you look at the principles of it, it's body weight, it's strength, it's core, it's length, it's breadth. Okay? And if you go further than that, people were walking and picking up children and doing work before that. People were healthy and happy and physically strong and well before even yoga.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to go back to the principles of yoga 2,500 years ago, we need body weight. We don't need heavy weights. We don't need a massive amounts of weight to make change in your life. We need consistency. We need habit. We need behavior.
Discipline.
That's right. Self-discipline.
Yeah.
We need self-discipline. And listen, self-discipline is not something that just appears in your life. Self-discipline is something that happens from a practice, a daily practice. Getting up in the morning and coming to a practice of just watching your breath, that's a practice. Then add walking, that's a practice. Then I want to go more, I'm going to add some stretching. Then I want to go more, I'm going to add a little bit of resistance with body weight or a little bit of lightweight dumbbells. It doesn't need to be complicated. The exercise doesn't need to be this complicated thing. Now, I want you to understand that there's a separation. I'm approaching 50 years of age. Most of the people that I work with, deal with, are over 40. If you're talking about trying to be happy, healthy, and well, that's what I'm talking about. If you're talking about being the next Mr. Olympia, qualifying to get a gold medal in the Olympics, okay, you want to do all of that stuff, you want to stick that stuff up your butt, whatever you want to do, that's about sport. Sport and health are two different things. Understand, sport is about money. It's about dollars. It's about filling seats. It's about filling auditoriums. It's about paying for players and giving getting TV rights and selling commercials. It's about money. That's not health. That's profit. Profit distorts health. Now, a lot of people are doing what professional athletes are doing to be healthy. That is broken. That's not right.
Thank you.
That is not right. That is not what we need to do to be healthy.
Yeah.
There's a separation between being a professional athlete and just being, listen, happy, healthy, well. So I'm a better person for myself, for my wife, for my children, for my clients, for everybody else that I engage with in the world. This is a different philosophy than I need to bench press 300 pounds more times this week than I did last week. Why?
So John, you had experience with drugs and steroids. Tell us, what was your biggest learning from it?
What's my takeaway?
Yes.
A few things that I take away. I had the experience being in the Mr. Universe competition, being a younger man. I thought I was going to be, making my living from bodybuilding. I needed to take these steroids. I justified it. To be a bodybuilder, to be the best that I could be, I needed to do this. Whatever, how I justified it to myself. What I learned from that experience is a couple of things. One, when I was taking this drug, it's like your normal testosterone level is 200 milligrams a week. Male testosterone level is about 200 milligrams a week when they're a young, vibrant, athletic man. Now, when you're taking testosterone, you're taking like 400, 600, 800, 1,000 milligrams. Athletes go even higher. Can you imagine? You're 10 times man. 10 times man.
Okay.
So you're feeling like just wound up and ready to explode. You're going to the gym, you exploding in the gym.
Yeah.
It's great for that.
Yeah.
But can you imagine how a man is already? You know, you know how a man is already, right?
I think
the perfection of masculinity, right? The perfection of masculinity, right? You're gonna make that 5 times, 10 times more potent than it was. Is going to be 5 times, 10 times the problems. Okay? You're going to magnify everything, not just your ability to work out. You're going to magnify your impulsiveness. You're going to magnify your impatience. You're going to magnify your problems. Whatever it is that you got is going to double, triple, 5 times over if you're using that substance. So I'm not knocking anybody that's doing it because I did it, but let me tell you, my takeaway from it is not going to, for every step you're going to take forward, it's going to take you back 3, 4, 5 steps. It's not a win that you think you're gonna get unless you're getting ready for the Olympics, you getting ready for a contract for $1 million. I can't think of any other reason why you need to do this, right? I say you don't need to do that.
Would you say that and men and women equally would use substances like that because first of all they feel they're not enough, or they're trying to heal some trauma or some shadow, and do you have any advice how you can heal those, but in a better way?
You cannot heal something by taking a chemical or a substance. Nothing heals inside of our body from a chemical. You are not deficient in any chemicals. Anything foreign from your body will not heal your body. Your body will only heal from the life force energy that heals all things. Remember when you broke your arm when you were a child, or your leg? You went to the doctor, they put it in a cast. The doctor didn't do anything but hold the bone still. When the bone was held still, it healed.
With time.
Time and stillness heals. You need to be still. First thing in the morning, come to stillness. End of your day, come to stillness. If anything goes wrong during your day, be still. That's what you need, stillness. Now, one other thing that I take away from my steroid experience that I really want to share is that when I was taking steroids, my body stopped producing steroids. So my own testosterone level stopped. Now, what I learned from that is that when I started to take, when I stopped taking steroids, is my testosterone level was low and I felt terrible for a period of time. 6-8 weeks, it's very bad. And then it starts to build up again and it restores over a number of years until it's perfect again. But what I realized is that my body started again to create the things. Once I stopped taking the thing, my body started to return to what was natural when I stopped. So what I learned from that later in life is the same thing about food. Is that we have been brainwashed from grade 1, grade 2. We've been told we got to eat these food groups and all of these foods and all of these proteins and all of these nutrients and getting all of these vitamins. We've been programmed by life, by school, by the world, that health is nutrition, vitamins, minerals, and annihilating our body in the gym. That's what we've been told. It's not annihilation in the gym. I've already talked about that. It is not, health is not vitamins, minerals, protein requirements, and starches, and all the rest of the stuff that you've learned, breads and cereals and all of the stuff that you think you need to have. That is not what health is. Health is an energy that is inside of you. Health and love are inside jobs. They are an energetic footprint, a frequency, a vibration that is within you. You have love. You have health. You need to remove the obstacles that are blocking you from your love, from your health.
That's the ego?
Mind is the biggest. The problems of thoughts that we've been programmed, all of these foods we think we need, all of these habits that we've picked up. I need my coffee, I need my alcohol, I need my steak, I need my sex, I need my shopping, I need my vacation, I need my... All of this stuff that you think you need, that's what's blocking you from your health, your love, and your abundance. The thought, the idea that you need something outside of you, that is the broken problem that's taking your love and your health.
I think you need to repeat that.
Your health is within you. You have health.
Yeah.
You just need to remove the obstacles that are blocking you from your health. The obstacles are psychological, mental. They are habits.
Yeah.
They are behaviors. They begin with thoughts. They turn into words, and words turn into habits and behaviors. Habits and behaviors, thoughts, words, that's blocking you from your health because you've been programmed into believing that you need this coffee, you need this breakfast, you need this lunch, you need this snack, you need this dinner, and you need this alcohol to go to bed, or you need that sleeping pill to fix your stomach, and all the stuff that you think you need.
It's actually the companies and the manufacturer that needs the money from you, and they market it in such a way that you are brainwashed to think that you need. And I want to repeat what John just said. It's our thought that we think that we need something from outside. So how do we counter this? What's the process?
So the process to counter this is to come to the realization that I am the power. The power is within me. I have the power and it is within me. I am the creator and I can change my circumstances. So I need to take back my power from what I have given it to. So if I've given my power to coffee, if I've given my power to my wife, if I've given my power to my children, if I've given my power to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and alcohol, and medication, and doctors, and my boss, and my job, and my bills, I need to collect myself from all of those things. I need to take back my power from all of those things. So I'm going to have to stand up to my coffee, to my breakfast, to my lunch, to my dinner, and I'm going to have to reel back the power and say, nuh-uh, not today. I'm not going to have breakfast. I'm not going to have lunch. I'm not going to have dinner. I'm not going to have alcohol. I'm not going to have coffee. I'm going to take a break from all of these things, and I'm going to reset myself with emptiness.
So what do you tell yourself throughout the day, right? Because the mind will keep attacking you, and anywhere you will look around, you're gonna see food, you're gonna see whatever you are stopping yourself. It's gonna be multiplied by 1,000. How do you, just telling yourself today I'm not gonna do it is not powerful, enough. What's the process? What's the thought process? How do you help yourself getting there?
It's honestly, it's a practice. It's that daily I'm going to practice. So if I start this is a fasting lifestyle that I'm talking about. Fasting is a wonderful, natural way to alkalize the body. There it is again. Fasting alkalizes the body. Raw foods contain oxygen. They're live. They alkalize the body. Fasting alkalizes. breath work alkalizes, exercise alkalizes, raw foods alkalize. All of the things that alkalize my body are going to bring me back from the separation that has happened within my body. What's going on is my body has been brainwashed into coffee and breakfast and lunch and alcohol and dinner and steak and meat and all of these dead foods that do not contain any life force energy anymore. I've filled these things into my body and I've created an acid inside of my body, and acids are agitating. And as long as I'm agitated, I cannot be still. And when I cannot be still, I cannot be well. Remember the arm, the broken bone? I gotta be still to be well. I've got to get the acids out of my life so that I can sit and be still.
And acid is also inflammation, and from inflammation you get injury, you get
pain,
all kinds of
pain, all sickness, all disease,
negative emotions. Everything gets stored in your body, and everything is like a ripple effect. So tell us, how did you start feeling after you've been keeping that practice of fasting? After
you start fasting, you move into the practice. Fasting, raw foods, exercise, meditation, thoughts, words. These are all a part of the practice of alkalizing. And it's not something that happens overnight. It happens incrementally, little bits at a time. But it starts off. I got a daily food practice, a fasting practice of being empty 14 hours a day. Start there. If I say I'm going to be finished dinner at 7, and I'm not going to eat anything again all night long, and I'm not going to eat anything when I get up in the morning, and I'm going to go for a walk on empty, and then I'm not going to eat anything 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe not till 11 o'clock in the morning. Between 11 and 7, I'm going to eat. So I'm going to make my eating window smaller. Rather than getting up and going to have a coffee and breakfast, I'm not going to have it until 11. And then I'm going to have my dinner, instead of eating dinner at 8, 9, 10, and a snack while I'm watching a movie, I'm going to finish my food at 7, so that my eating time is going to be 7, 8, 9 hours at the most. And then I'm empty for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours a day. I start there. Whatever I can manage. If I can go 14 hours a day to start, I start there. Every day I fast 14 hours. I build a habit, build a routine. It's a habit, it's a practice. 14 hours a day of emptiness. Once I get used to that, then I go 15. Then I go 16. Then I go to 2 meals a day instead of 3 or 4 or 5.
John, how do you stop telling or getting into that kind of gratification mindset where you will fast for those 14 hours and then you'll tell yourself, oh my God, I fasted, I've done it, I deserve an ice cream now.
And at the start, maybe that's what is going to happen.
Okay.
And it's okay. Okay? It's okay to mess up. Messing up is a part of the game. But you're going to have the ice cream, and then after you have the ice cream, you're going to say, you know what? I felt better when I was empty. And then you're going to realize that I'm actually better when I'm doing the right thing. And then you know what? I'm going to fast again tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm not going to have an ice cream. When it comes to eat, I'm going to have 3 apples. I'm going to have a bowl of cherries. I'm going to have a bowl of grapes. I'm going to have 3 bananas. I'm going to have some strawberries. I'm going to have some juice, raw juice, pasteurized juice. Get a juicer. Put some celery, put some ginger, put some turmeric, put some beets, put some carrots, put some apples, put some pears. Make a juice, drink a juice. A live juice. When it's alive, it contains the life force energy. And I think we got to get into the food a bit here. Because we talked about the exercise, we talked about the mindset, we talked about the breath work, we talked about breathing. We got to talk about the food. The food is the same thing. We have to understand. We're talking about connecting to our life force energy. We're connecting to our loving energy. We're connecting to our highest frequency, our greatest vibration. This is the loving energy of our universe. It is a natural flow of energy that is always here. There's two energies here always. Always two energies flowing in a natural circle, a natural cycle that never stops. It's always here, two energies. That life force energy, everything that is alive is alkaline. When it begins to die, it begins the decomposition process, it becomes acidic. So if you take an apple, it grows nice and red on the tree, it falls down, it drops down, it starts to ferment on the ground, it starts to rot, it starts to break apart. The acidity breaks it apart so it can go into the ground. Understand, when it dies, it's acid. So if you're eating a diet that has got dead food, anything that is dead, if you eat it, you're putting decomposition into your body, you're putting acid into your body.
The other thing about without without making you stop, guys, eating what you're eating, when an animal gets killed, it usually is killed in a not very nice setting. So all that fear gets stored within the meat, and we are actually eating that.
So it's emotional stuff.
It's emotional.
As well as acidic.
Yeah, exactly. And it's because it's emotional of, that fear, it becomes acidic.
And then on top of it, you got hormones in there, you got all sorts of chemicals and improper feeding and whatever else is adding to it. But listen, I'm also not saying you have to go 100% raw food. I'm also not saying that you need to be, stopping meat. What I am suggesting is that we build a new natural balance in that we can have anything.
And choose your meat, right? Choose your fruits, choose your vegetables.
You can have anything,
yeah.
But it just needs to be a little bit different balance. We cannot have meat every single day, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a day. I used to do it, and I ended up with a body filled with pain, and I realized I needed to make a change in my life. So that's how I stumbled across the healing powers of raw foods and fasting. So that took 4 or 5 years to detoxify my body and get all of that stuff out of the body. But it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't mean that I have to give everything up either. It just means that I need to be most of the time in the right. So I look at it over a course of 7 days. If there's 7 days in a week, I need to be perfect 4 days. If I'm going to relax a little bit, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, birthday party, Christmas, Easter, somebody's event, something's going on, normal stuff. You want to have an ice cream cone, you want to have some pizza, you want to have some scrambled eggs, I don't know, whatever you like to have on the weekend, you want to have a glass of wine, you want to have your coffee. Have it on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Listen, Monday until Friday afternoon, make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to your best self. Monday to Friday afternoon, relax and have some fun on Friday night and Saturday and Sunday, if that's what fun is for you. And then you come back to your boundaries again Monday to Friday. If I want to make a change in my life, it doesn't happen by doing the same things. And it doesn't happen either by living in a box. You cannot live in a box either. We just need to change the balance that we are most of the time doing the right things. Most of the time choosing live, raw, alkaline foods. Most of the time spending in emptiness. There's 24 hours in the day. If I can spend 13 or 14 of them empty, I'm just changing the natural balance inside of my body to spend more time in the right. This is what has to happen. It doesn't have to be perfection. My program is called Imperfection because you don't have to be perfect. You just need to be a little bit more perfect than imperfect. You can have your cake and eat it too. You just need to do more the right things than the wrong things. We need to find a new natural balance.
And
Does
the
it make
reason
sense?
why you're doing the right thing is because it actually brings you more energy, more clarity, more positivity. You know, the example I'm thinking about is I have a practice of taking cold shower every day.
Wonderful practice.
And when I started, it was horrible. I will go to the shower, I will turn the shower too cold, and every single morning, you know, it will be like a horror movie. But eventually what happens is that first of all, you're fighting that ego, because it will always be, you know, somewhere in the back. At the beginning it will be like the elephant in the room, and eventually it dissipates. And the reason why the ego stop fighting is because your body's like, oh my god, that cold shower actually gives me energy the whole day. And that's the same principle of the fasting. You will realize how much more efficient, better, happier, not just you but around you become by having those practices for yourself. And that's how then it, you know, that discipline just becomes a beautiful practice, something that your body is actually craving, as opposed to craving all, you know, the fast food or the junk food that society has imposed on us.
So the experience or the practice develops the discipline and helps you to realize the benefits and helps you to realize that you are in charge and you are the power and you have the ability to make change. So the practice fuels the desire. The desire develops from the practice. You may say, I don't feel like having a cold shower. I don't feel like eating apples. I don't feel like eating fruits and vegetables. You won't at the start, but as you do the practice, you will develop it from the practice.
Your body will ask for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. So tell us a little bit more about people, you know, who through this COVID time and any other time are struggling with, whether it's like we talked, depression, their shadow, you know, any type of anxiety. How can they, you know, find through the breath, through a routine, or is there any other advice that you have of practices that you want to share so that people have more tools in their toolbox to find that center and that balance?
I think you brought up a couple things that I think we should talk about there. Is you talked about shadow. And shadow is like the darkness in your life. Everyone's got trauma in their life. I got a trauma story I could share. We all have trauma in our life. Nobody's excused from this. We've all been through problems. The thing with trauma is it's something from the past, right? I can't tell you when it's time to let go of your trauma. Everybody is going to decide for themselves when it's time to let go of the trauma. My mother died when I was 19. Dad made me move out. I was all alone. I had some problems. I got into a lot of problems. I got into a lot of mess. I went bankrupt twice in my life. My body was filled with pain by the time I was 40. My relationship was a mess. My relationship with my children was a mess. I had to make some changes in my life. I had some trauma in my life. And I carried it. I'm not good enough. There's something wrong with my wife. My children should be different or better. Poor me, I'm a black man. Poor me, I don't make enough money. Poor me. Victim mentality. You can hold it if you like. You can hold on to blaming your partner. You can hold on to blaming the dog, blaming your boss, blaming the economy, blaming the society, blaming what happened in your past. I was molested. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not respecting you. Whenever you are ready, everybody at some point in their life has to say, okay, this happened to me. And now I'm ready to accept it.
Yeah.
At some point in your life, I can't make you make that decision. When you are ready, that you decide, okay, you know what? I've been carrying this story for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I'm ready to stop blaming my ex. I'm ready to stop blaming my boss. I'm ready to stop blaming the economy. I'm ready to start taking responsibility myself.
Doesn't mean you're gonna forget, but accept and move on. Look for bigger, better dreams, and use all those practices to refine,
uplift
refine a beautiful path for yourself. Because if you go into those thoughts, oh my god, this happened to me, then your mind will keep circling around, and the mind has such a power that it believes whatever you feed. It's like planting a seed. Your mind will believe the thoughts that you're feeding it. So if you feed those weeds, you will be living in those weeds. So clean up the weeds, clean up the garden, and have those positive thoughts. And it's not gonna happen overnight. You're gonna have to practice every day, over and over, and believing and have faith, and take that leap of faith that there's a good world out there. There are amazing people out there. There's a lot of coaches that are there to walk you through anything that comes at you. Just take that step for yourself.
So I like that. It's repetition. It's reprogramming the subconscious mind is what has to happen. We need to reprogram the subconscious mind to allow things to happen on automatic pilot. The subconscious will just do it for you if it's reprogrammed. Now, the way we program the subconscious mind is through repetition and rehearsal. So we have to practice it daily in order to be successful. It's a practice.
Very nice. So, John, we are coming towards the end. I can't believe how time has been flying. We may have to do a repeat, volume 2. So guys, let us know, also comment, how do you find this interview with John? If there are any questions that we may have not answered, please post them. We will review them and we will share, and please also share that video with your friends. So moving into the rapid fire questions.
Okay, rapid fire question.
So I have 6 questions for you, and just whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
So we talked already about routine, but do you want to just tell us in a nutshell, what is your morning, weekly routine?
So for me, it's up. I don't usually use an alarm. It's like whenever I get up, and I always get up before time, before I need to, I just naturally do. That's become my habit now. It's to lay in bed, first of all, laying and breathing, and thinking about my goals and thinking about what I want to create. And then sitting up and breathing, thinking about what I want to create. So that can happen for me for 15 or 20 minutes, or sometimes if I'm processing something very big in my life, I'll wake up very early and it's going. It's already going. So there's no fixed time, but it's some time in the morning where I collecting myself for some time with breath and consciously intending my very best into my moment. That's the first thing. Then, for me, because I'm a trainer coach, often I'm in the gym early at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock before this COVID thing. 7 o'clock now, I'm usually starting with customers. But, I'm moving with my customers. I'm breathing with my customers. I'm guiding my customers with thoughts and words. And those same thoughts and words are the same thoughts and words that I want to say to myself. So I begin my day with the right thoughts and the right words. I want to speak them into my reality. I want to speak my mantra into my reality. What I want to create, I want to think and speak about it first thing in the morning. And then some point during the day, obviously there's exercise. My exercise mostly happens, with my customers. I'm exercising along with them, but there's some exercise. And then there's, daily fasting. There's raw foods most of the time, and cooked and processed foods on the lesser of the time. I definitely still eat cooked and processed foods. I definitely recommend that people maintain balance, some natural balance in their life. However, if you've got an imbalance with your health, your wealth, your relationship, you may want to go further into raw foods for a period of time until you restore your balance. So you may need to change the balance quickly by going further, deeper for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, trying to be mostly raw foods or juices for a period of time just to try and really heal or change something drastically. And then you're coming into finding a balance.
Very nice. Next question. What is your audacious aspiration? What really stretches you?
Stretches me is I want to I love to be in the meditative space. I love to be in the high frequency, the high vibration of positive thoughts and words. I like collecting with people that are also on that pursuit and speaking and doing those things. So I really like the retreat space because at the retreat, everyone is coming with a desire, a passion, a commitment, a focus, an intention for change.
Yeah.
I love to create change. I love to be about change. I love to facilitate and help change.
Yeah.
So I like to be around that. I love the retreat space. I would love to be running a retreat in August. Hopefully, maybe some people may have interest. August 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I'd like to run a 3-day retreat in August. This is something that's very dear to me. I'm thinking it's going to be a men's retreat where I can be facilitating in this space in the gym, exercise, yoga, breath work, nutrition, mindset coaching, meditation, grounding, sun gazing, getting out into nature, and building up the frequency for myself and with others in a team, in a group. This is my biggest dream, is to be coaching, teaching in a group setting and being collectively in a space that I'm doing that. I like that the best.
So that's in the planning stage.
That's coming together now, August 20, 21, 22. If you're interested in a men's retreat here in Burlington, awesome. I like the online retreat. If you'd like to do it online, I'm having an online retreat in August as well too. August 17th to the 27th. It's going to be a 10-day exercise, nutrition, and mindset coaching time. If you'd like to get some free coaching time with me, I'm going to do a 10-day free coaching in August. I'm going to do an offline in my studio retreat in August. If you'd like to get into retreat space, this is my greatest passion.
So for our viewers who'd love to join you, where do they find you?
Find me on Facebook, find me on my website, find me on my email. It's John DePass. My business is High End Fitness. That's HIEND, high-end fitness.com. That's my website. Email me, John at high-end-fitness, HIEND fitness.com. Let's talk about it. Let's have a phone call. Let's start with a phone call. Let's have a chat. Let's see if you like what I'm talking about. Hopefully you've heard what I'm talking about, creating change. If you'd like to create change in your life, if you'd like to fix your relationship, if you'd like to make more money, if you'd like to lose weight, if you'd like to heal pain, if you'd like to fix sickness, illness, or disease in your life, you can. You have the power. You have the power to fix, change, or heal anything in your life. You have that power.
Next question. Name 5 things that you are deeply curious about.
5 things I'm deeply curious about. I want to travel more. I want to see more in the world. I would love to see different places in the world. I would like to collaborate. I like this. This is collaboration. I like to collaborate with other like-minded people to create something of value. Curious about
any practices that you haven't yet tried that you may plan in the future, since you are experimenting a lot?
I like biohacks, so I like experiences of cryogenics, for freezing yourself, right? This is great for anti-inflammatory. I'd love to explore that.
Yeah.
I would like to scuba dive. I'd like to parachute.
Ooh, very nice. What would you like to give freely?
What would I like to give freely? I would like to give freely of my loving energy. I'd like to give freely of my loving energy.
I could have bet $1 million that would be that answer. I knew you were going to say that. What are the 3 most important values to you in life, and how do they link to beauty and longevity?
I like the value of principle-centered living. I like the value of heart-centered living. Principle-centered living I define as your thoughts, the ideas and beliefs and things that your intentions. This is your principles, the things that are most important to you in your life. And I like heart-centered living. This is emotions. This is feeling. So intentions stimulate emotions. So the right thoughts stimulate the right feelings. If I always maintain the right thoughts, I always create the right feelings. So intentional living or principle-centered living and heart-centered living, they spiral off of each other, and they put you into your best space energetically. And this is what beauty comes from. Beauty comes from being in alignment with your true nature. Your true nature is a blend of your thoughts and your feelings.
Last question. What do you believe in?
I believe in one creative energy. I believe in one creative force that came from the back of the cosmos. It came and it decided, for whatever reason, for no reason at all, it decided it wanted to come and experience the physical. And so it separated itself into 2. It separated itself into masculine and feminine so that it could come together and feel love, what it is. It is love in the back of the cosmos. It separated itself into 2. Masculine and feminine, 2 energies. There's always 2 energies here. It separated itself into 2 so that it could interact and feel itself.
That's beautiful. And guys, the image that John is getting at is when you have masculine and feminine balance, it appears as the infinity sign.
2 circles.
Yeah.
2 circles.
Yeah,
2 circles. Right.
Yeah.
Infinity.
Yeah. So, the world needs more heroes, John, and I want to take this time to acknowledge you. If everybody will follow your steps, your advice in personal mastery, we will be in a really beautiful world. And Gandhi says it well, be the change you want to see in the world. So thank you for being such an inspiration, an influencer, a role model, a coach, a father, a friend. You're running your own race, you're defining your own successes on your own terms, and you have the wisdom, the bravery, and the discipline to live your life according to your own mantra. So thank you for taking the time here today. I'm sure everybody took away at least one thing, if it's not everything. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we close?
I'm grateful for the experience. I am so happy to collect all of my ideas. I am writing a book. Watch for it soon. If you need help, reach out to me. I am happy and grateful to help.
Beautiful. So this will be posted on the Facebook. It will stay there. I will also have it on my YouTube channel, Jiu Jitsu Yoga. Feel free to subscribe. YouTube channel, Jiu-Jitsu Yoga. It will be also on Instagram, Jiu-Jitsu Yoga, and on John Facebook, John DePass.
John DePass.
Yeah, and your Instagram
Yes, I will put on Instagram.
is High-End?
High-End Fitness, yes.
High-End Fitness. There you go.
Hiend.
So all kind of places you can find us. If there was any burning questions that we didn't answer, please reach out, and God bless you all. You know, we are your friends and sisters, and we are there to make sure that you guys are following your path and finding your happiness and connect above all with your self-love. So thank you.
Thank you.